Hey there. Happy Halloween. Um, so here's what the doctor ordered. Checking out Rarebreed Rye whiskey. It's a barrel proof, 112 proof point. Pretty excited to try this. I just cracked the bottle. I've been hearing good things from some of my buddies that have had it, and I'm definitely a rye fan. So initially on the nose, I was getting like kind of like a candy orange or candy apple, like a lemon oil or citrus peel. It's not too aggressive, but you're definitely going to get like a brighter uh, citrus note that kind of pops. The glasses sat for a few extra minutes, and you're also gonna you're also getting some of the kind of like more like classic bourbon notes, but they're real dialed down, and then a little bit of like wood as well. Interestingly, it kind of reminds me of the Little Book batch two, I believe, the one that had quite a bit of Canadian rye whiskey in it. That one also had a pretty citrus forward presence, especially in the taste profile, which I think that turned a lot of people off from that batch. So that's what the nose is reminding me of. I haven't tried it yet. I literally just cracked this about 5 minutes ago. Um, what was I gonna say? I'm not getting too much of like a harsh alcohol. Um, it's not bothering my nose. I mean, the impression I'm getting from nosing the glass is that it's a pretty like giving me a. It seems like it's gonna be pretty balanced and like kind of a focused flavor. I think when you batch a whiskey, it's different than like a single barrel, uh, where the flavor could go in one direction or another. You get like I think you get a more rounded representation, and I'm actually a big fan of the rare breed bourbon. I think it's once that bottle opens up, it's quite fantastic. Has a real big sweet backbone to it. I think that bourbon's initially pretty spicy for most palates, so I'm curious what this is going to be like. Yeah, so there's like a light caramel, a light uh, kind of like vanilla, and then there's some of the citrus oils. I'm gonna go in with the taste. Wow. Uh, I would say it's pretty fantastic. If I was to compare this directly to like Wild Turkey 101 rye, which a lot of people like, I think that one comes off a lot sweeter. At least the bottle I've had. I don't know if those, I don't know how much those batches vary. I've only had it maybe once. It's not very easy to come by in my area. But yeah, on the flavor, um, like the nose, like I'm definitely getting like a real balanced, focused flavor. There's a little bit of some of the citrus oils and vanillas and touch of like wood spice. But the impression I got from nosing it's it's coming off like a pretty refined whiskey. I mean, I also should note that I just finished eating lunch, and I knew this was gonna throw my palate off, but I had some pork belly steam buns, which I thought that would be a good pairing for this whiskey, and I should have stopped right there because that actually would have probably wouldn't have affected anything. They weren't spicy, a little bit sweet, nutty, peanuts, a little tiny bit of onion. I think that actually would pair really well with something like this. But then I also had some spicy wontons and glass noodles, which had quite a bit of chili pepper, and immediately I knew that blew my palate out after the first dumpling. But yeah, still wanted to do this video. I think I'm still picking up the you know the vibe of it. It's just fresh cracked, so of course it's going to change like over the next 2 months or so. Okay, so I'm kind of getting that sweet turkey profile that I recognized from the 101 rye, but here it's at a higher proof point, so it's kind of like a medium viscosity. Um, the balance is probably even more, I would imagine, because if it's like the bourbon, I'm assuming they used maybe like a variation of ages between casks that went into the final product. I mean, a lot of whiskeys, sometimes when you first crack the bottle, they're not really uh, necessarily drinking great right away. Sometimes you need to give it a few days or a few weeks to kind of breathe a little bit. But this one is coming off pretty good right away. I mean, like, who knows what's going to happen in a month from now? It'll be interesting to find out. That's part of why I like buying bottles uh, versus just doing samples or drinking in a bar. Um, I appreciate the overarching experience you get from start to finish of a bottle. If you go to like a whiskey bar, you're only going to get a snapshot of that, which is worth doing. I enjoy that as well, but especially if you're someone that's really like particular and maybe doesn't have quite as open-mindedness about what they want to drink, or if you're just not sure, it's worth doing that for sure, definitely. Yeah, it's like a concentrated sweetness. You get a little bit of some of those citrus oils, vanilla. I don't think it's too spicy, at least not right now. Very balanced. It's almost like a candied ginger citrus oil kind of thing that's mixed in there with the vanilla notes. Yeah, a little zip of citrus oil and ginger is is nice, especially if you're not used to that kind of thing. It's not really something you find in like average ryes. I don't as far I mean at least in my experience. So some of them you get like mentholated notes and lemon oils and I guess even like Old Forester rye had a little bit of that kind of ginger lemon citrus thing going on as well. But the proof point of this is substantially higher, which I think just makes the experience more enjoyable, at least for me. I'm used to drinking cast strength stuff, so. All right, cool. Well, just wanted to do that for y'all. So, yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this bottle. I'm going to have another ounce, and I'll put it away for a while, but. That reminds me. I think this might actually take water well. So I'm going to put a few drops in here. About 3 or 4 solid drops in about an ounce. I think it should, I kind of think it'll take to it pretty well, actually. We'll see. It kind of seems like it changed the delivery of the wood note that I'm getting is a little maybe more apparent now. Some of the alcohol esters. Let it marinate with the water for a couple seconds. And give it a taste. We'll wrap this one up. Okay. I kind of like softened. The oiliness seems a little more spread out, and all the flavor notes are still there, but I almost want to say it maybe brought a pop of spice out that with the dash of water that I gave it. Yeah, just you know, I thought this would be perfect for Halloween. It's basically like sipping on some adult candy. I think we'll wrap it up there, though, folks. I'm gonna enjoy this, and cheers to you guys.